Gachiakuta is a recently released anime adaptation of the manga of the same name. With a lot of other heavy hitters coming in the near future, will Gachiakuta be able to stand on equal footing with these titans? Or will it fall by the wayside, drifting into obscurity?
We got something on our hands here, baby. How could something with so much trash be so peak? Yeah.
Sorry about that. But let me be candid. I truly believe that Gachiakuta has the capacity to be the next big thing, or at the very least, a cult classic. Let me explain. Gachiakuta is a story that follows our main character, Rudo, a kid living in the slums of a wealthy city with his foster father, Regto. Rudo is barely scraping by, breaking into a waste treatment facility to scrounge through other people's garbage, to then repair and sell. He hates being wasteful, a stark contrast compared to the ultra-wasteful higher society. The city has quite literally been divided, as we can see here by this huge wall, separating the pristine and unblemished high society from the dirty and unsightly tribesfolk. Originally, this separation was created to lock away quote-unquote dangerous criminals, the ancestors of those currently living in the slums. Nowadays, those living in the slums are treated as less than dirt, actively being discriminated against whenever interacting with those from the upper echelon, and sometimes even from those within the slums. Despite the tribesfolk simply living their lives, they're consistently reminded to remain in line, lest they be thrown in the pit, a giant ominous landfill where all trash goes to never be seen again. There are no trials here. We see early on that public executions are held regularly. If you're thought to be guilty of a crime, you will be made into an example, and will be thrown into the pit, otherwise known as the pit. This becomes the main conflict within the first episode. After finally letting his crush know how he feels, Rudo rushes back to his foster father to brag to him about all the game he just spit. Rudo walks in on something no one expected. Someone is actively attacking Regto. The attacker is an ominous masked figure we've seen throughout the episode, with little actually known about who this could feasibly be. Despite Rudo trying his best to save his one and only family member, he fails, not even able to put up any resistance, completely helpless to the situation occurring right in front of him. After barely comprehending the situation he's in, the authorities arrive and immediately deem Rudo guilty of murder. Life as Rudo knows it is over. He's set to be executed and is subsequently thrown into the pit, vowing to take revenge on the society that wronged him. The episode ends with Rudo waking up. He's in a sea of garbage, and worse yet, the garbage is alive and not happy to see him. Armed with nothing but the clothes on his back and some gnarly scars on his hands, things are looking bleak. How will Rudo get out of this situation? That has yet to be seen. We only have one episode. And that's the gist of Gachiakuta. I am thoroughly impressed with the level of world building and character development that occurred within a single episode. Short, concise, and to the point, while still letting us get a feel for the world. Rudo is young and moldable. He's shown to be good at what he does, and has a reasonable outlook on life despite all of the mistreatment he's faced thus far. Maybe it's just me being jaded, but an MC not treating everyone like garbage from the get-go is pretty refreshing. Just because he's an immature kid doesn't mean he can't show appreciation to those deserving of it. Rest in peace to my man Regto. I'm not going to act like the shonen protagonist mold has been broken quite yet. Things have been pretty par for the course thus far. But with that being said, they have been executed phenomenally well. Combine this with the added layer of societal clashes between the wealthy and the disenfranchised, and I'm convinced this show will become something great. Overall, Gachiakuta is the show I'm most excited about in the 2025 summer season. After hearing about this manga a few years back, I knew it was going to be something special. I can only hope that this adaptation can live up to the high expectations set by the source material. The overt theming of societal differences and how trash is viewed is ever present within the first episode, and the story as a whole. Despite being pretty in-your-face about the messaging and symbolism, I believe it to be very tastefully done thus far. What it boils down to for me is this show feels fresh. It feels like a familiar structure with some real curveballs thrown in. And that is why I think Gachiakuta will be the next big thing. Hey everyone, I just wanted to say thank you if you made it this far into the video. I really appreciate it. I'm back and will be making a lot of videos coming up, so stay tuned. Do you also think Gachiakuta will be the next big thing, or do you think it'll be trash that'll be forgotten? Be sure to let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more stuff like this. And as always, have a great day.